up in bed, and he said, "What was that?" And he scuttled right out of bed, down the hall, and into bed with the big brother. "I heard an eek in my room," said Baby Bear from underneath the covers, "and a creak and a squeak." Okay. "There was nothing to be afraid of," said his brother. "That was some of the little mice in their little mouse house getting ready for bed. And the eek was the baby mouse. He said eek when he slid his bare feet down between the cold sheets. The creak was the sound of the bed springs when he turned over, and the squeak was his mother's voice saying good night. Mice squeak when they speak." This is a hard one to read. "Oh, Baby Bear, now go to sleep," said the big brother. "Oh," said Baby Bear. "Go to sleep," said the big brother.
Bed.
They got in the bed and they snuggled down to go to sleep, and you know what happened? They heard a rap and a snap and a tap. Baby Bear jumped out of bed, and she went right into his big brother's. And they both skedaddled out of bed.
Emma, where are you going?
See this? Looking.
Yeah.
Looking.
And oh, look, they got a patch on their cover, on their bed, on their blanket. And they got into bed with the biggest brother. There were two brothers. One was bigger than the other, so they got in the biggest bed. And we heard a tap in the wall, they said, and we heard a rap and a snap. Those noises you heard were the little spiders getting ready for bed. They all three snuggled down under the covers and their eyes to go to sleep. Way down under the floor they heard a bump and a thump and a clump. And the three bears, they sat up in bed. "What was that?" they called, and they skedaddled out of bed, right out of bed, and ran to their mama and papa. "We heard a bump under the floor," said the bears. "And we heard a bump and a thump and a clump." "That's nothing to be frightened of," said Mama Bear. "The bump was a little bug taking off his shoes, getting ready for bed. He let one of his shoes drop and it bumped on the floor. And then the thump was a little bug thumping up the pillow to make it nice and comfortable. And clump was a little bug's picture book hitting the floor when it fell out of the bed. Then he heard the mother coming to check on them. He threw the book on the floor. "Oh," said the three bears, looking very hard.
Clary,
"The bed is too full," said Papa Bear. "Go back to your own bed now and go to sleep. Go to sleep." And then there was an eek and a squeak and a rap and a rap and a snap and a bump and a thump and a crash, and the whole bed fell apart. Came crashing down. There were just too many people in it, weren't there?
There's a mice.
Oh, that's
And the
bad.
little mice and the little spiders and the little bugs sat straight up in their bed, and they called out in fright, "What was that?" It was the bed falling apart, huh?